Tell us a little bit about the journey from 20-30K to 3 million.
In Nordic still work some ugly platforms.
Bank,
for example, some ugly platforms.
Saxo Bank is good.
It's cold and boring.
With ugly design, I can say.
Yeah, I agree with this.
People who bought with promo code 90%, most of them didn't buy second time. They try to find another promo code. And
another
it's
90% discount.
Another 90-80%. At that moment, company made the decision to switch from crypto space to Forex industry and specifically for social trading.
What are the best examples of the brokerages in terms of SEO and PPC?
And I remember for 2 days we made more than for whole months.
Hello everybody, DC Podcast is here, and today we will be covering the topic that is not directly related to dealing or risk management, however significantly impacts the life of dealers and brokerage companies in general. And more specifically, we will be speaking about marketing, user acquisition, retention, and all the related subjects. And today I'm accompanied by my colleague and partner Iugrinov, which is CPO in Ievgen.
Hello everybody.
And today we are delighted to have Stanislav Galandzovskyi as our guest, which is a user acquisition and growth consultant. Actually, he's working with some of our clients, and that's how we actually found out about him. He's doing a great job there. So we actually decided to meet him and talk in person here in Limassol about the current situation in user acquisition, in brokerage, prop firms, and what's going on, what are the trends, and to ask him about some insights that will be useful for all of us. Stas, nice to see you here, and thanks for coming.
Hello.
So, as a first question, would you please describe a little bit of your journey? We know that you've got some beautiful projects behind your back, such as Naga and Zilch, and please shed some light on these projects.
My journey in paid marketing and user acquisition started since 2016. Since 2018, I joined to Naga, like a head of user acquisition, and started build acquisition in this company. And I work between 2018 till 2025. Parallels 1 year when I work in Naga, I also had some collaboration with Zilch. It's buy now pay later projects from UK, and currently I'm working in Zil. It's like a head of marketing, and parallel I do some consultancy for brokerage and prop firms.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about your Naga journey. This is the most related to what we are doing in Dealers Connect.
When I started with Naga, Naga just finished ICO in 2018 and started build social trading broker in Europe. And we started to do some tests with generate leads clients, and between 2018 and 2020, we did free iteration, and the company did free iteration. For example, they set it up some version of product. After this, we bring some quantity of clients, some quantity of clients using some budget. Product team check how this users what this users do inside platform, and after this upgrade product, and we had free iterations till 2020. Since February 2020, we started acquisition and didn't pause this since that moment, because finally Naga found some model which can be scaled.
So it was a kind of pivot from that moment.
From that moment, yes, because I remember when I joined Naga, first idea it was do something in crypto space, but since March 2018, when a lot of ICO was scammed, regulation became more strict, and I remember at that moment company made the decision to switch from crypto space to Forex industry and specifically for social trading. And yes, it was reiteration for changing product to this way.
So the ICO that initially was raised, it was for which product? If it's not a secret, of course.
It was something related to crypto, but why I joined to Naga when it finished, and specifically I don't remember. It's maybe was or something to crypto exchange or related to crypto exchange.
Okay, it was 2018, right?
But it was 8 years ago. That's why, yes.
Okay, that most probably it was crypto exchange or something.
Yes.
All right, so eventually after several iterations, it came to the project of social trading, and you found your kind of product placement, let's say, just copying maybe eToro business model, we can say so. And actually, I believe you guys made a nice product back then. We were studying it back then. I believe it's quite interesting. Okay, tell us a little bit about your journey in Naga. So you have found your product as a social trading. How did you start generating leads? What were the insights that you got back then?
Okay, since, as I said, yes, since February 2020, we started to do some small tests with small budget, maybe 20-30K per month, see how traffic behavior. We did this specifically in Europe, and we found that conversion rate is fine, retention is fine, and we started scale step by step. But it was fine, but not very profitable. And I remember we did long period testing, about 8-9 months, till we finally understand that it's really profitable, because we didn't understand how much months we need to get money back, which we invested in marketing overall. And between, if I'm not mistaken, February and September, and since September we started to scale. Yes, and mostly with that moment, I remember we do focus, of course, on social trading, our autocopy product, and we did some experiments with crypto funnels. At that moment, it was possible from moderation side, from regulation side. It was our main scope of ideas, because it was something different from just advertised CFD, which main brokerage did at that moment.
All right, so eventually it's copy trading and crypto.
Yes.
Context. Okay, interesting. And we found somewhere online that you've been managing like 3 million monthly PPC budgets. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey from 20-30K to 3 million, how long it took? And just tell us what is interesting.
Yes, so we started from 20-30K in start of 2020. After this, till September, our budget was approximately half a million, maybe 400K. And after this, when we found this profitability, we understand how revenue coming, which clusters of keywords working, especially in paid ads, in Google Ads, or which audiences and funnels working. We started to scale, and between September 2020 till I think January 2021, our budget increased to 2 millions approximately. And after this, from 2 millions to 3, maybe next 2 months, I remember was big jump of budget and everything, as when Tesla bought Bitcoins. It was somewhere in February 2021. And I remember for 2 days we made more than for whole months. From revenue side, FTD side, yes, because we tested before crypto funnels, and it was by chance or something like this, company was ready to get this traffic. Most of our competitors didn't do this, and we had this time gap between they prepared funnels, landing pages, campaigns, but we were ready. We just increased budget when we saw this news, and it was good bet from company to put some to work with these funnels.
What
like
was the price at that moment of the Bitcoin? Do you remember?
2021 February.
Yeah, when it skyrocketed, when the Tesla
I don't.
I think maybe 16K, something like that.
60, yes, maybe something like that.
I think that this is to be in the right time in the right place, right? Because you've got those funnels with cryptos, as you said.
Yeah, but we prepared these funnels 1 year before. And we worked with this 1 year before when Bitcoin cost in February 2020, how much? 9K, 5K?
Maybe 6 something like
it's like was real bottom. But no, maybe because Naga had this crypto background, we decided to work with this, and there was less competition, of course, because when you have small budget, you can't compete for CFD keywords with big brokerage, like at that moment was plus 500, for example, even eToro. Yeah, that's why with small budget you had to find cheaper quality traffic, and in 2020, 2021 it was possible, not like right now. And this situation between February 2021 was, I remember this day in statistics, it was till 25 May 2022, and after this results and budgets and everything started decrease. Conversion rate decrease, something happened on market before summer, yes.
How did you targeted, as you said, the crypto related, let's say, queries and traffic, and then you've been just lending them to the CFD crypto instruments just like that?
No, it was not like that, because our funnels was related to crypto CFD, but traffic which we bring, it wasn't just crypto keywords. I remember we use, and of course we use a lot of generic trading, like trading platform, etc., for crypto funnels, and we found some. At that moment, it wasn't very competitive. It was like make money online, something like this. At that moment, it was not like blue ocean, but not so much brokerage used to this. We found these keywords when we did competitor analysis, maybe in plus 500, and we decided to try. And during next maybe 2-3 quarters, it was the most profitable keywords. Make money online, especially in Germany, in Spain, in Italy, yes. And we use these keywords targeting for crypto funnels, and it was fine. But it wasn't like this. We started from crypto because it was like blue ocean, yes. But when we started scale, we had keywords and targeting in Naga added real stocks in 2021. That's why we had real stocks, we had CFD, we had standard Forex keywords, commodities also. Because when you wanted to scale, you try to like expand your budget, expand funnels which you want to test. And I remember in parallel, we had about 50-55 landing pages in one moment active, plus we changed them periodically, do testing, yes. When our budget increased like over 2 million.
Okay, interesting. And how did it end up? Like, okay, it went to 3 million back 2021, right? And what was happening after? Okay, maybe not to go into much details, but in general.
When we saw that since May 2022, profitability started decrease because volatility decreased, I think. We decrease our budget because we don't focus just on spend. Yes, we focus on ROI, on revenue, on P&L, and we started decrease some experiments at first. Or pause some experiments. Second, we of course turned off some countries where, especially Asia, I remember, and LATAM, where revenue and profit really decreased. And step by step, our budget decreased till...
Together with the industry.
Together with market, I think. Yeah. Yes, with industry, with market. Plus, it was situations, and I think a lot of brokers made money in 2021, but a lot of them continued to fight in auction. And I remember CPC was really high in 2022. I mean, because intent decreased, quantity of queries decreased, but brokers had budget. They wanted more money. Management, I think, wanted more money. And a lot of brokerage continue burn money on paid acquisition, but they didn't understand that it was time to like decrease, pause, be more silent, something like this.
And when you decrease the budget, the conversion rate decreasing as well, or what the dynamic of the conversion rate and the budget scale?
It was from another side, because at first we saw that conversion rate decrease. After this, we understand that retention decreased, profitability. I don't remember months, but for example, if previously you compensate your cost per FTD for example, 5 months, it became 9 months by predict. And you understand that if you continue to advertise like this window will be longer because volatility lower, you started to pay more for FTD because competition increased. And we started decrease budget conversion rate. It was the same because if you decrease quantity of traffic which you buy, you can optimize this. You decrease what is worse, what is less profitability. That's why conversion rate was fine, but just less quantity of FTD which we got, or we turn off some countries, some regions even. Yes.
And what is fine in terms of conversion rate?
Fine. No, it's like maybe industry benchmark from lead to FTD 4%. 4%. And after this, if you can get 5, 6, yes, 7, it's fine. But it really depends on region. Because in some European country, like Nordics, even right now, you can get like 6-7%. But in Eastern Europe, it's a little bit lower. Like Romania, it can be 2%, Hungary, like 3%. And it really depends. You have call center, you don't have call center, you have localization, you don't have. But average is like 4%, and after this, it depends.
Interesting. And what are you doing now?
Now I work like a head of marketing in Zilch, in crypto wallet, and in parallel I do some consultancy for prop firms and some brokerage.
Okay, that's nice. That's how I actually found out about you. And I can see, I will not now go into details, but I have seen some very efficient numbers among my clients, and I know that you have some relation to those numbers. Can we go through what's going on in the industry, like within the last years, specifically in comparison of Forex brokerage firms and prop trading firms? And what kind of dynamics do you see there?
Okay, if you talk about brokerages, I think till October this year, it was really stagnation for last maybe 15 months, 17 months, because in October was high level of volatility, and I saw that some project made money in October this year. Before, it was depends on regions, depends on tool, but it was really stagnation. A lot of brokerages pause traffic, decrease their investment in marketing. Just big companies can continue with normal level of acquisition, for example. But right now I see that even by vacancy that some brokerages which previously didn't have acquisition, they started to hire people. What I see in their LinkedIn profiles, that they are looking for head of acquisition or media buyers or something like this. That's why I think that they understand that it's need to be its first moment. Second, I see big trend that a lot of IB brokerages think about as internal traffic also, and the quicker way how it can be done, it's via paid traffic, yes, which they can buy, test, because if you work just with IB, it's very risky. It's if you talk about brokerages. If you talk about prop firms, I first time touch prop firm like a marketer, I think in the end of 2022. And at that moment, it was very easy to advertise. You just set up ads and get profit. Right now, it's much more difficult. I think first because right now a lot of tech providers where you can rent some tech and very quickly set up prop firm. And I don't know how often, but looks like every week we have some couples, like 2-3 new prop firms. Especially in paid ads, yes, I see a lot of new prop firms every week. It's first moment. Second, as I see a lot of owners of new prop firms, they are not related to Forex. They are not from Forex industry. A lot of them from some another risky industries like casino, for example, from iGaming in general. And they open prop firms without understanding this niche, this field. And even to my clients died because they thought that it's the same. Yes, it's just like casino or like betting, but it's not. And but the main problem was that they burn auction. They open for firm, put some 100K in acquisition, didn't work, and they close. But if you have a lot of such cases, it's increase on auction from one side. From other side, such projects do some education for audiences. Yes, because if you show banners, show some articles, some educational stuff, even if you die, your input on market happened, and as much as possible such pro firm came. It's very good for pro firms which continue to do marketing in their business carefully. And I think finally it will be some consolidation where we will get some quantity of, like in brokerage, yes, some quantity of pro firms which really bigger leaders, not just FTMO like we have right now. And yes, it's about pro firm. And right now I know some cases when pro firms budget in acquisition even higher than in brokerage. The bigger budget which I saw when I do audit, it was 800K per month, just in Facebook for one pro firm, which 14 years old, for 14 months old. I mean, it's pretty young business, which has budget like near 1 million with positive ROAS. That's why it's on grow right now. Yes, it's like
I'm just wondering what's the price for the prop firm, let's say keyword, if they are going all in at 100K a month. Do you have these numbers in mind?
No, in general, for pro firms, main acquisition source it's Facebook. It's not Google, because in Google still not so much volume, and maximum budget which I saw inside Google Ads from search, it's about 100K when you target all world for English language. But in the same time for Facebook I see 800K, which is in 8 times higher. If you talk about CPC, it's like $2-3, not so much. It's not like 12 like we see like we can see in brokerage. But there are not so much volume, yes, and you can't pay 12 for CPC in prop firm because it will be out of economy. And yes, and if in brokerage you can't see profitability immediately, in prop firm it's like e-commerce. You can see this immediately because client or bought challenge or didn't. That's why maybe owners of prop firms more careful from such site, yes, and they don't, and specialists who work with paid acquisition, they didn't burn auction. Plus a lot of them focus really on Facebook because it's much more easier and much more scalable.
And among Facebook, you have Instagram and Facebook itself. What because I see mostly on Instagram all those ads. Is it true, or how do you have info about?
No, in general, no. If we talk about all world, Facebook part of Meta still bigger than Insta. Maybe in some locations you can find that Instagram has bigger allocation, but it's not a generic rule. In Facebook, still more purchases, for example, than in Instagram.
Interesting. And okay, let's touch specific numbers now. I know that couple of years ago when the prop trading industry has started developing rapidly, I've seen such the following numbers, and you correct me if maybe you have seen something else. So the numbers that my clients had is around $60 per acquisition in Europe, somewhere like £60 around this area. And even sometimes $20 in remote locations. I mean, remote from Cyprus, let's say, not globally speaking, like in Africa or Latin America. That was back 2 years. Nowadays, like, first of all, prove or argue my statement about these numbers, and please give us your understanding of current pictures.
In general, it was, and maybe even right now you can get such numbers, but it's much more important to look on ROAS, because in 2023 it was very easy to get ROAS for 5 from paid acquisition, especially from Google. And I remember when client came, I can say that ROAS 3 I can guarantee, something like this. Right now, I can't guarantee such a ROAS because previously I can.
ROAS, just for the sake of clarity, is
How much dollars you get for every dollar which you put in ads?
ROI, you mean? Okay.
ROAS.
Okay. Yes. Return on investment,
Yes.
in fact, right? Okay. I'm just clear.
Yes, and right now it's if you spend normal volume some 100K and get a ROAS about 2, it's pretty good. And company who spent 800K per month, the average ROAS 1.5, 1.6, 1.4. If you talk about CPA, still you have buy very cheap CPA. In Europe, even in UK, sometimes you can buy for 50, 60, but depends on quantity. And depends what you promote, which promo code you promote. Because if you put, I saw the bigger promo code 90% for challenge, of course you can generate cheaper CPA, especially in Europe, or even $10 I saw in Pakistan for like CPA. But it really depends how much money you get back. Because from my experience and experience of my clients, these people who use promo codes like 70, 80, 90%, they have really bad retention. And if pro firm has possibility convert and make good retention for clients who use these promo codes, they can make a lot of money. Because normal retention, I mean, every user who bought challenge first time, he can buy like 4 or 5 challenges after this, like repeated challenges. If you talk about people who bought this with promo code 90%, most of them didn't buy second time. They try to find another promo code.
And another 90% discount.
Another 90, 80%, because a lot of firms suggest this. It does not make sense, pay a lot. For current firms, if you can find another cheaper challenge on the market. But I know some prop firms who use high level of percentage discount. They found possibility generate increase retention maybe to three challenges after the first purchase, and it's very good because your cost of customer acquisition cost very cheap because of this promo code, but you get this money back from repeated these 2-3 purchases.
You mentioned ROI. Just for the understanding, what is the time span that we are calculating this ROI? Like for how long, how many months we are getting back this $2 out of one currently?
No, if you talk about ROAS, it's immediately. It's because
it's immediately with the first deposit.
With the first, it's possible to go right now. Okay. About 1.5, it's possible. With normal amount of budget, like 100K. But previously it was like 3, 4, 5. Previously it was much more profitable. For every dollar which you put in ads, you can back 5. Right now, for every dollar which you put in ads, you can back 2.
Okay. Okay. So basically, okay, that's still not really bad. But okay, what is the biggest challenge now in this case? I have this question for prop firms. I see that there are some of those who are still struggling a lot to get the traffic, even with 70, 80, 90% promo codes. And we know such cases. What is different in those companies who can get these ROIs from those who cannot get, from your experience?
From my experience, product very important. Product itself, tech provider very important. A lot of tech providers has problem with analytics. It's very difficult or even impossible to set up. Sometimes put some tracking or put GTM on dashboard. We're waiting for this like 2 months, 3 months. Right now, one client waits this GTM since August, I think. It's very slowly. It's fast moment, these problems, and if you don't have analytics, it's very difficult to scale. Second, platforms which you added, because if you have MetaTrader, it's the best, I think, right now, because I remember such case when client advertise on their Facebook, on their page, landing page, he didn't have any platforms. It was something custom. After this, he integrated C-traders, and his conversion rate from he had sign up funnel from sign up to purchase increased in 4 times. That's why platforms very important. And after this, I
Due
think
to the background of the traders that are familiar with the MetaTrader, and they are more likely to go to this prop firm. That is the reason, correct?
yes. Because even right now, I had I consulted one client who didn't have any classic platform. He don't have MetaTrader, cTrader, Trade Locker, and right now he wanted to integrate MetaTrader. Yes, but it's. I think it's for firms who had this on their product. It's like not. It's like it should be. I can say that it's some unique value proposition. It's like it should be, because without this, it's very difficult to onboard clients to sell them something.
Okay, so product itself, technology, analytics, platform. Is there anything else?
And something we can say is that you need to give something them for free, which means or you should have some community, ideally, because some firms has big community, like 15,000 people inside, or some educational stuff. And the main reason of this activity is that you need to have something inside your platform where user should spend some couple of time, yes? Because if he can just register, see possibility to buy challenge and economic calendar, it's not enough right now. But a lot of pro firms has just this. But if you have some tournaments, some even small education, some academy, some community where you can ask something, clarify something, it's sometime you have some time when a client with you paid for him somewhere, and he clients with you, and you have possibility to convert his in purchase. But if you have just possibility to buy and nothing else, client watch and go away.
Yeah, he will.
More engagement.
More engagement, yes.
Yeah, it's reasonable. Makes sense. Okay, so but now you said in terms of ROI, it was 3-5 X's before. Now you get maximum 1.5 and 2. Okay, it's interesting. In terms of brokerage, what do you think? No, let's close the prop trading side. So how do you see the industry in general? Where is it going? Okay, we're not speaking about regulation now and this kind of stuff. It's maybe outside of your scope of expertise, but in terms of marketing, like what we will see in 1-2 years in prop.
No, right now we see that pro firms growing because previously it was a small amount of pro firms who did something, and brokerages who used pro firms for like a funnel for the CFD. Yes, they bought a client via prop in Europe. After this, on board them under some offshore license, and it was very profitable for them. Right now, even for a lot of brokerages, pro firm profitable itself, and right now I can say that they have competition with brokerage, but maybe near future it will be with small brokerage for sure, because right now we have case when FTMO right now finished and bought OANDA finally, and it's
no, it's vice versa. OANDA is serving as a funnel for FTMO, right?
Yeah, and pro firm bought brokerage, which is fast case, and not instead. That's why maybe in future pro firms it's made competition for brokerage, just because you don't need put your own money in not so much money in trading, and you have some hope, yes, that you will make some money, you get payout, and do this more than one time, and it's additional engagement. Yes, it's not boring MetaTrader brokerage where you have nothing, just register, pass KYC, download MetaTrader, and start trade. Especially with younger audiences, it doesn't work right now.
Yeah, I remember first time when I saw the prop firms, and I remember that message like, if you're a good trader, don't risk your 1,000 that you have to spend. Just come to the prop firm. We'll give you 10K to trade. Just pay us $100. If you're good, you will pass. You will
trade our money.
Yeah, you will trade our money, and you will get 70%, 80% back. Mathematically, for the trader, it looks amazing. Much more attractive than for like brokerage company. problem is on the other side, on the mathematical side, but we don't touch it today. Today we're speaking about acquisition and yes, this part of business. Yeah, okay, agree. Though to be honest, I see that the growth of the industry has slowed down as per my feeling. I'm not into PPC and stuff. I'm mostly on the risk side, and I see that the more and more companies, yes, as you mentioned, they are appearing and popping up here and there, but at the same time, they're actually closing down as fast as they open.
They burn their marketing budget in a month or two.
Yes, they burn their marketing budget, and they burn, as Stanislav said before,
discounts as well, 90% discounts.
Yes, but I'm referring to industry reputation. Just this is important because they are leaving traders with false expectations. And anyway, subject to different conversation. Let's touch brokerage industry, Stas. So you said you have extensive experience with brokers. What is going on? Like last 3 years, we saw prop trading skyrocketing, and brokerage were, at least to say, stagnating. How do you see the dynamics now for the brokerage side of business?
I think till October this year, when volatility was amazing, yes, brokerage was in stagnation. Right now, situation much more better, and we hope, brokerage hopes that it will continue in next months also. And brokerage has new blood, I can say, yes, new traders and revenue, because previously it was bad situation. Because brokerage just waited and didn't know what to do, because from one side, every month they waited for volatility, but it didn't happen, but it's finally happened. And right now, profit came. Of course, we can find big brokerage and examples when, like plus 500, for example, eToro, yes, they had good revenue all these months, but they had pretty good brand at first, brand awareness. They invested in this a lot, good reputation, and in this silent period, they shouldn't invest a lot of money in acquisition for get new clients because they had good organic. But brokerage and it's pretty common for brokerage that when they have good time, they didn't invest in SEO because it's not quickly result. Most of brokerage didn't do anything in SEO or very basic, because why we need to invest 20, 30K per month in SEO or 50 if we can put this in acquisition and get money back? But it's preparation for bad times, and a lot of brokerage didn't do this. But right now I see trends that volatility increased, and as I said, yes, a lot of brokerage started to looking media buyers into team, head of acquisition, something like this. They're ready to invest money in traffic, and I think it will be, I hope maybe, it will be new cycle, maybe next 1 year, 1.5 years, when situation for brokerage will be fine. But from another side, some experts said that everything dependent on macroeconomy, and with macroeconomy, everything not very good.
It's not very good for the markets, but for the brokers it's good, actually. So, the bad times is good for financial industry in general, and there's the nature of business. Normally, given the good risk management, let's say, in place. But okay. Here on this subject, so you have mentioned that now we see growth of PPC and stuff, and also you mentioned SEO. We also know that the majority of brokers, they are still heavily betting on IBs and this kind of maybe affiliate marketing, maybe not. But can you tell us what are the best examples of the brokerages in terms of SEO and this PPC? It's like not speaking about the traditional IB schemes.
Which brokerage is the best?
Yeah, like good examples of SEO and
okay, good
like well-rounded.
I think good examples of SEO, of course, it's eToro. Looks like all the strategy, it's around organic. They support organic using PPC, awareness, and another channels. Plus 500 can be good example also. and they, I think, the best in automation because they have the best automation, I think, right now from brokerage space. Another brokerage, maybe Capital, capital.com, they are very good in organic mobile, even better than eToro, plus 500, etc. They invest in...
What's that, organic on mobile? What do you mean?
Organic for mobile application, not SEO, but AS.
Yes.
Mobile apps.
Mobile apps, organic for mobile apps.
So they buy advertising in different mobile.
They do organic for mobile. They invest in organic for mobile, and they get a lot of traffic, as we can check, from mobile applications.
Okay, and how does it work? Just a stupid example.
Someone look some keywords, Google some keywords inside App Store. And
inside App Store.
Inside App Store or Google Play, and there are Capital and Fast position.
Okay, they have naming, at least capital.com.
But not just by brand keyword, by another generic keywords, they are in tops. If you check some tools, yes, they one of the leaders.
All right.
No, it can be good examples, yes. No, and after this we can find something more local. But I mean, these three, they are the best, yes.
How does it compare the mobile traffic acquisition and the web? Like in percentage, nowadays people more and more using the mobile devices, and they're more attracted to mobile apps and things like this. So potentially there are gonna be more mobile users in next few years than on web. What do you think about this?
I think it's already the case.
No, it's happened. It's actually happened.
It's
but
currently around 60-40, right? 60% using mobile.
In Europe, yes. In Asia, in emerging markets like Asia, Africa, LATAM, even more. In some countries, 95%
95%
for mobile. But we need to divide mobile for website and mobile for mobile application because it's different. And in Europe, still... I don't know why, from experience where I saw, a lot of people, a lot of traffic came from via mobile version of website, and they use this. But in Asia, for example, in Africa, LATAM, if broker doesn't have mobile application, they just paid maybe double for customer acquisition cost. Because traffic from mobile application really cheaper. You don't have so much competition in App Store. I mean, you don't have affiliates there, because if it's your application, you do Google Ads, for example, or Apple Search Ads, for example. No, it's not so much, but in MENA, yes.
But how much it costs actually in terms of CPA, let's say?
Oh, it depends, because in Latin America, for example, for a mobile app, cost per FTD in Spanish, Latin America, it can be between 100, 200. If you have mobile application, if it's from web, it can be 200, 300, sometimes 400. It's for Latin America. It's near the double, much more expensive.
So the conversion on the mobile is worse, right? Worse.
Conversion rate from mobile worse, but not double. Maybe 20% difference.
And how the Latin differs from Europe, let's say, or Asia?
In Asia, it also depends on country, because Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, it's every country, it's their own history. But in Thailand, for example, it's one of the best geo in this Oceania. If from web you buy FTD for 600, from mobile app you can buy this for Android, like about 400, 350. And it's much more cheaper. But a lot of brokerages don't have application. Especially
they have some landing pages also. They can
but it's website, and there are higher competitions than in mobile app. Just auction higher, and your CPA higher.
Okay, and in terms of CPA, where is it better? Like Latin Europe, Asia, share some insights.
Of course, cheaper, from my experience, cheaper CPA in Africa, French Africa, for example, or Nigeria. But we need to look also in player value, because if player value in Nigeria like 300, cheaper FTD, which I saw, it was 60. But sometimes in Europe, in Germany, you can pay for FTD like 2,000, but player value 12,000. That's why it's I'm not sure that it's comparable because in cheaper markets, leads and CPA cheaper, but they don't have money to invest. That's why we should find some combination between CPA and player value.
Let's go and name the key numbers that brokers should kind of target in different regions. Like, for example, you have mentioned, so we go with CPA and FTD, right? Two more or less objective indicators. CPA? Cost per acquisition.
Cost per FTD.
Cost per, yes, like acquisition FTD in my understanding is the same stuff, but maybe is wrong. But cost per FTD and FTD itself.
Like
right?
Value from FTD, you mean?
Value from FTD, player value, which you call. So now we don't touch secondary deposits and basically like this opening of the cohorts and stuff. It's outside of the scope. So give us the reference numbers of FTD and cost of FTD in different regions.
Okay, it's also, no, if you talk about Europe, it also depends on countries, but Nordics right now, if you buy from your acquisition FTD about 1,500 per FTD, it's very good. You can get this money back.
Right away with FTD.
Not right away, but some months you can get this money back because there are still a lot of people who can put like 50,000, not from fast deposit. They can put this in 1 week, for example. If you have good product, a good call center, and it shouldn't be some very beautiful product because I don't know why. In Nordic still work some ugly platforms.
Saxo Bank, for example. Yeah?
For example, yeah. Some ugly platforms.
Saxo Bank is good.
It's cold and boring.
With ugly design, I can say.
Yeah, I agree with this. But though Saxo is great company.
If you talk about Germany, it's still very expensive right now. Of course, we can find examples when you bought this cheaper, but it's normal. If you pay for CPA like 1,500, 2,000, in this market, especially after October, it's still okay. In Eastern Europe, where people don't speak English a lot, you need, of course, localization. There are possible to buy FTD from 400 to 700, like Poland, Romania, Latvia, Litva, Bulgaria, and etc., etc. Italy, French, Portugal, it's something between, it's maybe more like Nordics, 1,200, 1,300 per FTD. But of course, the higher player value still in Germany, after this Nordics, after this South country like Italy, Frank country, yes, French, Portugal, and after this Eastern Europe. In UK, if you have possibility to advertise in white hat, it's what I see, it's 2,000, it's fine. Maybe someone bought cheaper, but it really depends on their profitability and which tools they advertise, yes. Because Naga, it's mostly auto copy trading funnel, someone advertise just CFD, someone do something with commodity, play with try to find some USP. It's in Europe. If you go to MENA, and MENA also we need divide for Dubai, small kingdom, and all another cheaper country. Dubai is the highest, 3,000 I saw, and it's still profitable because especially on Arabic, because I saw leads like 300 per lead. I saw this when I did some audit, and it's still profitable for them because there are player value unbelievable high. If you talk about this GCC region, like Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and etc., there are around 1,500 too. Player value is still about 7-9K, very high. But if we went to MENA like Algeria, Iraq, Jordan, Egypt, there are sometimes can be hundreds. But there are problems with PSP, problems with call center, with small amount of, with average order value, because a lot of small deposits. And you need know how to work with these countries. If you talk about LATAM, as I said, it's like from 200 to 400 for CPA, from what I saw right now. Asia, it also depends, because Thailand can be 600, sometimes even 800. All another country like Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, it's cheaper, it's twice cheaper, it's about 400, even lower sometimes. And Malaysia, it depends, because there are situations that a lot of brokerage is suspended, and there are a lot of black hat traffic, and CPA, it's really depends how you can operate with this black hat traffic. Oh, gray hat traffic, yes, it's not very black, but you need to play with rules, with domain, and etc., etc. It can be 600-700. And what else? Africa, lower than 100 it's possible to get. But there are another situation. There are tons of leads which can cost like $1, $2 per lead, but very bad conversion rate. And with this mobile application, it's much more easier. If you have simple and with normal UX mobile application, sometimes you don't even need call center. Yes, what else have we forgot? This region, I can't say a lot right now. Previously, I worked just with Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. It's about 400 CPA, it's fine. Some brokerage wanted 250, but it's very difficult to get right now. Yeah, Japan, Korea, I didn't work before. That's about
US we don't touch, right, as well.
Yeah.
US we don't touch.
Oh.
And
US, no.
how do the approach differs from those regions? Like I know the Asian market, they are more gamified. The Europe, they like trust things.
More about ugly platforms.
Ugly platforms, but trusted. What do you say? Like
about which asset, which
approach? How do you advertise there? Like what is the key component that is going to bring you a conversion? Let's say.
It's really depends from what broker have, because in Europe we can find brokerages who just CFD, and they advertise just CFD and they are successful, like Capital.com. They have just CFD. But from other side, eToro, Naga, it's social trading brokerages. They're also very successful in Europe. Plus brokerages who has real stocks, because it can be good selling point, yes. When you have autocopy or when you have real stocks, you can generate these leads cheaper, and after this convert them, upsell them CFD, for example, inside platform, which a lot of brokerages do. They had some copy trading, get lead, and after this inside, they onboard them to CFD, which is totally
so you mean like approach depends from your actual products you are
from products, yes. To. But if you talk about what works in Latin America and maybe Africa right now, big trend with synthetics. With synthetics, yes. Asia, it's still some. They like this commodity stuff, they like stocks, they like some gamification, yes, like you said, they like some like advent calendars. I saw in some brokerages, even advent calendars, yes, like, I don't know, for children. But they like all this stuff, they like all this marketing activities about their local celebrations, it still work. If you talk about MENA region, which is, I think, second after the Europe by money, well, gold, local stocks, it's what they like to trade, invest in. And they growing huge, and there are a lot of money.
Is it still make sense to make a prop firm to gain traffic to a brokerage as a kind of proxy in between the audience and the main brokerage company?
No, it makes sense. It's work right now. It still works, and why not? If you can't generate or you don't have enough money to advertise broker in Europe, or you don't have license, for example, but you can open prop firm. You can make prop firm profitable itself if you have normal business model and marketing and risk management. And after this, you can upsell for some of these clients CFD. And a lot of brokerage do this right now, and some of them even save their brand because of this.
The number of prop firms are growing and the ROI is decreasing, but it still makes sense to use it like to gain this audience and traffic. But what do you say if, let's say, we're gonna take a year? Is it gonna be still available, this opportunity?
I think opportunity depends on regulation, yes, because if it's not suspended, you can use this. And if brokerage advertise it's like use Profirm like a funnel. For them, it's not very important that Profirm itself will be profitable, yes, because they get money from them via CFD, and it's the worst situation because normal Profirms can't compete with them. It's very difficult, yes, because they can't pay for traffic so much. But from what I see right now, brokerages who use Profirm like this, it's mostly because they don't understand how make Profirm profitable itself. Or they don't put these goals to themselves. And I speak with one Profirm and they said, oh, we have Profirm. It's not profitable, but they said that they had to onboard this clients to CFD because prop not profitable. But prop not profitable because they don't put a lot of effort in this product. Yes, they don't do any testing. They just bought some tech, didn't improve anything, create some main page and send traffic there. And after this via call center, try to onboard clients to CFD. But if you work with product, play with challenges, play with dashboard, do normal marketing, and improve product, it will be profitable. Still, prop should be profitable itself right now, even in this competition. Because if we have Profirms who give 90% discount, and if this Profirm profitable, it means that market not so competitive like it will be in future.
But they are not profitable, the 90%.
Some of them, I know one case, and they are profitable.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting point about being profitable, 90% discount. But my question is, now we have to get back to brokerage space, and specifically about there are different brokers with different approaches, and we have mentioned 3 different cases which have outstanding products from the rest of the brokerage companies in the world, which is eToro, own app, copy trading concept with plus 500, also the same stuff, and capital.com, again the same concept. However, majority of brokers are still using MetaTrader, right? And my question is why the best cases from the industry actually go against this mainstream, if we can call it. And the second point, what is the phenomenon of such companies as XM, XNES, whatever IC Markets, Pepperstone, Tickmill, which are still using the MetaTrader as their main product and being profitable?
No, I think if we compare leaders in MetaTrader approach, they are leaders. They have good brand awareness. They have a database on clients. They have a network of affiliates, IB. They have organic itself, which is right now for free. Yes, I mean, if you invested in this, I don't know how old XNES, for example. Yes, if brokerage like 20 years and you invest in organic 20 years, right now you have huge amount of traffic and you don't pay for this. But if, of course, and if you compare this with brokerage who also MetaTrader and they didn't have such organic, they had to invest money in acquisition, and just because of conversion rate lower from lead to FTD, because of this MetaTrader, it's less profitable. Because from what I saw, if you compare such brokerages who has terminal on web, yes, on
their own, you mean?
Their own, yes, like Naga, eToro, etc. And if you compare this old brokerages, not like XM, but some unknown, yes, or something like not very unknown, some conversion rate from acquisitions sometimes can be twice less from lead to FTD, not 4%, but 2%. And just because of additional steps, because like Work Auction, yes, they Google the best trading platform, especially if it's new and not looking for specifically your brand. And he opened 5 brokerages, or 4 brokerages, try to register. And finally, he understands that he opened capital.com, can do something. And after this, he opened some, let's do without name, some brokerage with MetaTrader. He need open, like just pass KYC in window, download MetaTrader and log in one more time in MetaTrader and do something. It's additional steps. And if you talk about younger audiences, they don't want to do this. Plus, they have in competition Binance, where you can open, trade, and etc., etc. You don't need any additional software. And all this like crypto platforms, they also cut some part of audiences from classic Forex brokerage, because audience not very educated sometimes, yes, especially retail. If they Google trade Bitcoin, for them sometimes doesn't matter, is it Bitcoin on futures on Binance or CFD Bitcoin on some classic broker, yes?
You can compete, actually, the affiliates that are bringing traffic to the crypto exchanges and for brokerages.
No, I know some affiliates who work and with Binance or with some Bybit, for example, and with brokerages, and they upsell product because they sell these users, and because they affiliates, they are not ABs, they sell these users sometimes for brokerages. After this, they try to sell them also for Bybit, for example.
And in terms of the PPC, does it make sense to promote crypto exchange because the revenue is there much less than in the brokerage company? Or still there are some cases that are working?
No, depends on volume, but from what I remember, maybe I'm wrong, but last time when I saw how much classic crypto exchanges can pay for FTD, it can be 200-300 in Europe, in Germany, for example, but for a classic CFD can pay like 1,500-1,200. It's not comparable, and in auction it's not comparable because you can't compete for trade Bitcoin keyword, for example, if you have different profitability. If you have different
mainly the crypto in PPC, it's a brokerage companies.
You know, if you Google trade Bitcoin right now, you will find there are plus 500 and another big brokerages or small brokerages, but it's still CFD. It's not so much from crypto. Plus, it's still because of regulation, yes, and something and moderation inside platform. Forex brokerage has if they have license, for example, for them much more easier to advertise instead of crypto exchanges, because you can buy in crypto exchange. Google doesn't like such kind of products where you can buy Bitcoin, because in classic brokerage you can just trade Bitcoin. You can't buy and send to your call to wallet, for example. It's also a problem. And if crypto exchange start to do black hat traffic and compete with this for the same keywords, it's increase their customer acquisition cost, because black hat traffic, additional infrastructure, and etc. etc.
Okay, what are the best traffic sources for brokerage now and for prop trading? Okay, we know that this SEO is the best on the long run, which you already mentioned. But if we speak about quick results, more or less quick.
In general, if you talk about brokerages, more volume, profitability, and possibility for scale, it's of course Google Ads. Of course, we can find country size of budget where Facebook can be better. Yes, for example, in Brazil, Facebook maybe will be better because there are problems with regulations for brokerages. Or you can use some more aggressive creatives, especially if you fully regulated broker with size, ECO-esque, and you advertise in normal way. It's of course Google, top one, 80% plus quantity of acquisition budget. And just after this, or Apple Search Ads or Facebook, after this Bing, and after this some alternative sources. But maybe, and some brokerages has some Snapchat in MENA region. Yes, it's like a regional story where some source can be better than something else, or TikTok can be better sometimes in some MENA countries. If you talk about emergence markets, it also depends on size. Yes, sometimes with Facebook you can be much more profitable if you have budget 20-30K, because you can use much more aggressive creatives than Google. But after this, in LATAM, for example, such story right now I see, if you spend like 20-30K for traffic, Facebook better. But if tomorrow you need to spend like 100K, 200K, Google will be leader by quantity, by revenue return, and etc. etc. It's for brokerages. If you talk about prop, of course, Facebook right now top one. And if we divide by percentage, it's instead, I think Facebook is 20% or even higher sometime. Google, it's like, sorry, Facebook 80%, Google 20%. Right now, some brokerages, some pro firms do testing in Twitter, in TikTok, some Reddit, some alternative stuff like a draw for remarketing. But
how do they compare to actually to the Facebook, or they are not closer even, like TikTok and other platforms?
no, it's still social. It's still paid social. Similar creatives work because right now video in Facebook work pretty good, and you can put similar video in TikTok. Maybe it should be less aggressive because moderation more strict, but it still work. And I know that some pro firms advertise in TikTok with some problems with moderation, but you can handle this and get profit. Of course, you can't. No, I didn't saw cases when you spent in TikTok at least even 100K, maximum which I saw 50K with a ROAS like 1.8, but it's like additional source. Why not? If you can spend 50K with profit in some source and operation, I mean salary for management of the source in this profit, yes, that's why, yes, it can be. Why not?
And what about the Twitter?
Twitter, in general, classic CFD, it's not really good, get good numbers, but if you have some futures, for
crypto guys,
futures and crypto inside prop, and you use Twitter, yes, futures and crypto inside prop, and you use Twitter, it can be profitable and you can scale, but also maximum budget which I saw for prop in Twitter, it was about 28,000 per month. But it's with normal ROAS about 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, yes, it's not comparable to Facebook, but it's additional source and it's growing. And but of course, if someone open prop, they open Facebook because it's much more easier, understandable, and just after this add new sources.
Okay. So basically advertising crypto for prop in X.
No, because also nuance that in Google and Facebook can be a problem with moderation, because it's very smart platform, but they sometimes don't know difference between crypto challenge, crypto CFD, crypto itself, and account can be suspended, Facebook page can be deleted, and sometimes for firms don't want, if you have like $500,000 budget on Facebook, of course you don't want to risk and advertise some crypto challenge. Yes, and that's why they found alternatives in another networks. And this crypto challenges is it's younger than classic prop. Yes, that's why it's like just on early stage.
Okay, that's insightful. Let's look into the future. I think it's time for us to...
It's time to touch the AI, I think, and the future. Like
future and AI, yes.
Personally, do you use AI for probably analytics for PPC? Like, how do you use it, if you use it?
If you talk about AI, I can divide this on two space. First, I use AI a lot for analyze data because you can, for example, from Google Ads or Facebook Ads, upload some data, some statistics with different segmentation. If you make really good prompt, put this in ChatGPT or even Cloud or Gemini, you will get really good summary, and it's much more quickly instead of analyze itself, especially
what is a good prompt? I'm sorry for interrupting. Like share some insights.
No, if you ask, please analyze and give some insight, it will not very good. You need to explain what is the business, what is the markets, what was the goal, what did you do during marketing campaign. You need to explain situation like you know in your head, and explain what you need, because give me some insight. Insight can be also different. You need to understand what are you looking for. Because sometimes AI can just guess insight for you if it will not find. That's why if you write prompt in 2 sentences, it's not work. Because I saw cases when some specialists get 5 tables, put in ChatGPT and please analyze. ChatGPT analyze and give what it want. But you need ask. You need help. Ask him how like behavior like some specialists who work on such type of business, etc., etc. You need to play with prompts, but it can be easy prompt. It can be simple prompt. It should be really complex with description of situation, and it's save time for analytics of statistics. I know some brokerages and some big companies, not only brokerages, connect Claude to their database or to their dashboards, and you can, ask something, and this Claude works just in this area, and you can, because there are on backend is some pre-prompt, I can say, yes, about this business, all information, like small GPTs, yes, inside GPT, and you can ask about inside. I saw such cases, but of course, someone need to realize this. For small businesses, it's not. No, I saw just in big companies where budgets like millions. Another way of how people can use AI, it's find ideas. Because if you need ideas for creatives, if you need ideas for headlines, texts, if you need to write some script for UGC video, you still can use AI because it's just for video. Yes, you can write some script, ask ChatGPT upgrade this, and it's still work. But very important that you should have possibility to verify what ChatGPT provide you, because sometimes he can write this script without it will not be compliance. If it will not be compliance, and you send this to actor and he recorded this, your account can be suspended because of some bad phrases. That's why in AI not solve problems, but you can do some part of work much more quickly. Of course, we can find some better automation, something like this with AI, but you need to be very careful. Second, what I see right now, how some companies they use this for generate UGC video, and maybe in future it will be solutions, but right now, from my experience, it's still a cheaper, hire actor on Upwork instead of generate normal UGC in tools, yes, because it's not so natural, not so emotional, not so natural. That's why Upwork or Fiverr still, or another platforms where you can hire actors still better than generate this in AI.
Clear. Do affiliates and IBs, for example, can use AI as a source of traffic, let's say ChatGPT? Does it seem like search engine optimization for the AI, which is geo as far as...
I think brokerage brands can do this, because if you have... it's really related to get good CMO, good SEO. I didn't saw cases that you don't have organic from Google, but you had organic from ChatGPT. I didn't saw such cases. I saw cases when you have good organic in Google, and after this you have good organic from ChatGPT, because ChatGPT use all information in this world, try to use, yes, and most information which he can find is still from Google. That's why if you do SEO, it will help you to get traffic from AI also, like from AI SEO, for example.
And this is still a couple of years behind, as far as I understand, their database, right? If you don't use deep research, it has the context of outdated, is not current, yes.
To be honest with you, I don't remember, because ChatGPT updates the models pretty often. Right now, 5.1.
Yes, they update models, but yesterday with my son, we were asking some questions to ChatGPT, and he was giving me the data that is not relevant, like at least 1 year for sure. But we didn't do deep research, because I think that if you do deep research, it actually goes and browses like the current.
Maybe it depends on type of questions, because I remember in our city something happened, some criminal, and we didn't know what. We asked what happened in our city this date, specifically in this time, and ChatGPT found news. Maybe he worked with news like much more quickly instead of another type of content. I think it depends on type of information.
That's the case, most probably. Okay, so let's wrap it up. For the entry, for the newcomers, what do they need to, what are the, let's say, 3-5 tips that you would give them? What should they do nowadays?
In general, they need to find good tech provider which set up normal analytics, which have possibility to set up normal analytics. It's very important. If we talk about marketing, It's also related to marketing because you shouldn't play with risks, because sometimes you can do better requirements, cost per acquisition decrease, but finally your firm will be bankrupt. It's also, I mean, for acquisition it's very good to have better requirements, but for business, no. Also, next step, I think you shouldn't be very aggressive with promo codes, because even if you can find good examples, in most of cases you killed your brand with high promo codes. Discounts, yes, because if you started to provide like 80%, what is the chance that after this, if you stop the strategy and started to provide just 20%, what is chance that your current audiences will
stay with you?
Will stay with you? Does not make sense. That's why it's also about positioning, I think, because if you started with positioning high promo codes, you need to continue with this like for a long time. Yes, and I think if firms open right now just CFD, just classic prop, it's better to think and add another type like futures, crypto, because I mean there are not so much competition and there is intent and it's growing. But of course you can start with classic and after this add another tools. And next one, choose market, because I mean sometimes you don't need to choose like a lot of firms do. Let's start from UK, Germany, and USA, for example. Yes, you can start from cheaper countries. Well, still intent, like South Africa, for example, Pakistan also, and make some money there. And after this, expand to another country. Because if you started with for worldwide and you have small budget, 20,000 per month, doesn't make sense to do this because you spray your budget, didn't get any insights, and like that. Plus good PSP, because PSP it's headache.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot for staying with us. We had our guest Stanislav Galandzovskyi, which is user acquisition and growth consultant. So please make sure you are subscribed, and see you in the next episode.